All righty. So, good morning, everyone. We are going to be on our chairs today. It's an amazing amount of things that you can do while seated in a chair. And when you go online, you see mostly things that are targeted towards seniors, and there's just so much more that we can do. But a few caveats here. So we are going to use our blocks. Our strap, and maybe a blanket. And the big thing about a chair in yoga is that not one chair does not fit all. And so ideally you're sitting so that you have a pretty good straight line from your hip to your knee and from your knee to your ankle. And if you don't have that, if you are taller so that your knees are high, sit up on a blanket. If you are shorter and your feet are barely touching the floor, grab your blocks and put your feet on them, or a blanket or something, just so that you can work with some proper alignment. And then, because I know we're doing this online and everybody has a different chair, there were some really cool chairs this morning. Do your best. If we're doing something on the chair and your chair doesn't allow for that, come off your chair, okay? And I will try to remember to cue that just in case. I think of one or two of you that I know have a chair with arms on it, and that'll throw you off on some things. All right, so things that are still the same: alignment, good posture. Okay, so I know it's Sunday, but let's not get, let's keep our good posture. So feet under knees, knees and hips. You're not leaning against your chair. You're sitting up nice and tall. And then your hands can rest on your lap or on your legs, wherever it feels the most comfortable. The shoulders move to the side body. The tailbone goes down the chair. So notice that, right? When you're sitting away from the chair, it could be easy to arch a little bit or to tilt the pelvis forward. So draw the tailbone down toward the chair and the crown of the head up toward the ceiling or the sky. And take a few nice deep breaths. So in yoga, pranayama is one of the key elements of a full yoga practice. And I know I don't do a lot of specific pranayama, but what I do believe in always and always is how important it is to use the breath to bring yourself back to equilibrium, back to stability, back to center. And especially when, kind of the poop's hitting the fan, when life is getting really crazy, that is the key time to come back to the breath. And it is so simple. It's as simple as focusing on your breath and taking a few nice deep breaths. And then one simple breath that we can do to create that stability, that centeredness, is counting up to the number 4 as you inhale. And pausing at the top of the breath, maybe 2 or 4 counts. And then slowly exhaling again to the count of 4. Good, and repeat that. Inhaling, count of 4. Pausing at the top. Exhaling, count of 4. Good, 3 more rounds. Good, maybe this is your last round. And then let the eyes open if they were closed. Let the hands come down to the sides of your chair. Maybe you can hold on lightly to some part of the chair. For me, it's the legs of the chair. Maybe it's your sides of your chair. And then simply drop that ear to your right shoulder. Notice if the shoulders want to round forward as you do that. And if they do, just pull back on them a little bit, not big. And then tuck the chin down toward your chest. And go over to the left. And then back down to the chest. And back over to the right. Good. This time go up across the top, to the left, down toward your chest, over to your right. Now, as you come across the top, maybe you lift the nose a little bit. Good. Just keep circling slow. Maybe you lift the nose just a little, as if you were smelling something really sweet in the air, but don't drop the head way back. Be really mindful of your neck here. Good. One more circle in this direction, just easy, slow. You're not holding on to the chair, and if you are, not tightly. Switch directions, everybody. Just soft circles. Yep, just warming up through the neck. That's it. One more time right here. And bring your head back to neutral. Look over your right shoulder and center. Look over your left. Good. Center. One more to the right. And one more to the left. Good. And center. And then depending on the type of chair you have, I want you to take your arms behind your chair. And then your palms are face in. You're going to press easy into that back of your chair and lift your chest and really pull your shoulders back. If that's not possible, maybe you just hold the bottom of your chair and pull back. And if that's not possible, if your chair is such that you can't get your arms back there, just hold the sides and pull way, way back. So elbows are pointing back toward whatever's behind you. The chest is moving forward. Draw the belly in a little bit, so not as much of an arch in your lower back, and just stretch out the front of your chest. Big deep breath and release it. Good. Roll out your shoulders and then take the feet a little bit forward. Plant the feet maybe slightly wider than your hips width apart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, halfway down. Maybe your chest heads toward the thighs, maybe not that low. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Good. Inhale, up. Exhale it down. And up. Big deep breath, everybody. Down. Good. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, stay down, stay down, stay down. Just let your arms go wherever they're comfortable. Low back. Folks, this should feel really supported. Your body is supporting that back, but if not, just come up a little bit higher and feel yourself stretch. If it's okay for your neck, drop the head. So the head is dropped down toward the floor, but you're staying right up at those thighs, stretching the back of your neck. Find your breath. And then bring the head back to neutral. One hand to each knee and press all the way up. Oh, good. All right, so right hand down the side of your chair. Maybe it's holding easy onto your onto the leg of your chair. Press down, lift up the other arm and stretch. Good. If that's too much or too low, maybe you have your block. I should have cued that, but maybe your block is right to the side of your chair. You can place your hand there. So whatever feels right to you. Good. Breathe. Watch the head, watch the neck. Don't lean too much, right? Because that chair will just tip on over. So push down strong through the left foot. Good. Inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, other side. Let that hand slide down the leg of your chair, wherever you are. Maybe it's your block instead. The belly is toned. Your feet are planted. That's it. Inhale, both up. Good. Cactus arms, squeeze them down to your sides. And inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Inhale it up. Exhale, squeeze down and up. Last one here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And bring them up. Exhale your hands down. Good. Grab hold of both of your blocks. You're going to put them on either side of your feet. And as you do so, I'm pressing the sit bones back toward the back of my chair. I'm lengthening through the spine. And I want to feel this first forward fold, right? I would just want to see where everything is. Maybe a little bit of tone to the belly, and important to lift the chest away from the belly button. So I'm not rounding at all. So we're going to start here and then just walk the blocks forward, I don't know, a foot or so. Keep reaching back through the sit bones. Keep reaching forward through the chest. Keep the head neutral. The shoulders are soft. See how that feels for you. Still feels good. Walk those blocks even further forward. So we're getting a lot of nice little traction here in your spine, right? As we press back through the sit bones, as we reach with the arms, the crown of the head going in that same direction. Good. Still feel good. I want you to take the blocks and tip them away from you. Just tip away. So big stretch for side body, for back body. Deep breath. That's it. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then untip your blocks. Walk them back to that first step. Feel yourself lift up a little bit. Walk them back even further. Press all the way up and come on up. Woo, good. All right, so set your blocks aside for now. Grab your strap. Let's get these legs warmed up. I don't know what, something reminded me. Do you all remember that movie, that old, was it 80s or 90s movie, Flashdance? Right? Oh, it was a song came on the radio. She's a maniac, maniac, right? So remember that? If you haven't seen it, pull it up on something. It's it's an oldie, and I'm sure it's super corny now. But she would dance and her feet would just go like a mile a minute. So I want you to do that, right? Easy, easy on the feet, but pretend that you're running in place as fast as you can. Don't lift the knees, it's short. So here we go. Right? And now you all have that song in your head. There's a maniac, right? So good. Keep them going. Keep them going. Feel your legs. Woo. Anybody feeling this? No? Nobody's feeling this but me? Oh, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. That felt good. All right. Grab your strap. Take it around the ball mound of your right foot. Press that leg out in front of you. I'm going to hold on to that strap with one hand and lift your chest. Now, think about that foot that's on the floor, right? Don't let it just be kind of lazy. Keep it in alignment. Pull back on the leg. It doesn't have to be that high, right? If your hamstring's super tight, keep it low. Keep the knee bent, but draw back with both shoulders. And then push against your strap and bring it back. Push. Bring it back, push and back. One more big push and back, and then take that leg out to the side. Now, what do you do with the other leg, right? For your counterbalance, maybe take the arm out, lift up through your chest, tone the belly. Try not to lean on your seat back if you can help it. Good, bring it center, grab that strap, take it across. Oh. Good old side leg stretch, right? Here's all your abductors getting a nice sweet stretch. Good. Try to plant the other foot. Big deep breath. Take it center. Here's the tricky part. Let go of the strap. Whoops. Breathe. Whoo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Whoo. And set it down. That's the hard part. All right, wrap it around your other foot. Take the leg straight out. Try to sit enough at the edge of your chair that if you're leaning back, you're not hitting the chair. And if not, don't worry about it, right? If you want a little easier Sunday morning yoga class, just go for it. It's all right, right? All right, so feel that stretch. Pull the shoulders back. Make sure both shoulders are back, chest is lifted. And then push against your strap and flex. Good. Push and flex. Push and flex. Last one. Push and flex. And then take that leg out to the side. Try to keep the opposite leg grounded. Take the opposite arm up. Feel yourself lift away from that chair. Big deep breath. Good. Take it all the way across. Woo. That's where I feel it, right? It's that outer leg that gets tight, tight, tight. Good. Breathe. Really lift. Really lift. And center. You know what's next. Let go. Woo. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee and release it. Ah, that felt good. Even when I tipped off my bike yesterday, I'm like, well, at least I wasn't riding 10 miles or 20 miles an hour, right? At least I was sitting still when I, so at least there's that. All right, so feet are planted, shoulders are out to the sides. I want you to walk those feet out. So think goddess pose, right? So wide leg squat, press into your feet. Bring those hands together. I want you to consider standing up. If that's too much on your knees, just use the muscles that you would use to stand. Now that seat hasn't moved. You don't have to worry about it. Keep the knees out to the sides. Slowly sit back down, right? Make sure the feet are wide enough that you're not going to irritate the knees. Good. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the legs, stand up. Exhale, sit down. Good. Let's do it again. Lift and lower and lift, right? Those hands are here to remind you to keep the chest tall. Now, if this is not possible, you can stay high and just do little bends, like little plies here, right? So don't worry about it if your knees aren't going to cooperate today. Good. One more. Squeeze up. And squeeze down. Whew, good. Take your hands to your chair. Lean back. See if you can get your feet off the floor. Whew, straighten them out. Lift out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend. Woo, walk those feet in. Good. Hands to the side of your chair. You're not leaning back. I can see you, even though I can't see you. Right leg only, lift up, press out. 1, 2, if you don't need the chair, maybe you make it a little bit tougher. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Think Dandasana, right? We lift this leg all the time. Dandasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen up. Turn it out to the side. Bend your knee, come into figure 4, release those hands. You can either leave your hands on the chair and lean forward, getting that outer right hip for you all. Breathe, or you can let those hands come down toward the floor. Breathe. Quick little warm up here. Good. If you lowered your body, take it back up. Listen up. You're going to take that same right knee toward the left shoulder. You're holding on to the foot with your other hand, and then draw that foot toward the side. Good. And release it. Nice job. Shake it out. Good. Hands to your chair. Lift up. Press out for 10. Belly in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's it. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Think Dandasana. Really sit tall on those sit bones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn it out to the side, bend your knees, sit up tall, and then let those hands come down and feel that side, right? Usually one side tighter than the other. Make sure that foot that's on the floor is still good alignment, right? And then maybe come forward, maybe drop forward, your choice. That's it. Just breathe. Good. And press up. Pick that knee up if you can. Draw it toward the opposite side shoulder. Let's see if it'll go there. Bring it across the body. And release it and let go. Good. And then just make sure on either side of your mat, we're going to do a little bit more before we get to standing, that either side of your mat is pretty clear, because we're going to start to slide on the chair a little bit. So first thing I want you to do, and I am mirroring here, so just so you know, I want you to slide to the right. And then inhale the arms up, both feet are to the right, and twist to the back of your chair. Good, and notice where the head is, where the shoulders are, maybe move. Your hands are resting on your chair. Breathe. And then inhale the arms up, twist the other way so that the hand comes to the outer knee and your other hand goes to the back chair. Good, breathe everybody. And then inhale, center, twist to the middle and go to the other side. Now I just realized I know at least one of you doesn't have or has arms on your chair. So if you want to, I would just twist facing forward, okay? Good, so from your side, twist with the hands on your chair back. Because you can also do this twist seated forward. Breathe. And then inhale the arms up, keep the legs where they are, twist the other way. And breathe. Open up those shoulders, everybody. Good, inhale the arms up, come back to center. Again, if your chair has arms, you're probably gonna have to come off your chair for this, but otherwise everybody twist to the right. Let the hands come down. You're gonna take that left leg or the outer leg and just press it back. It's a lunge, right? But you want to be mindful with a chair when you're playing with yoga that one, you're not irritating the back. I have most, or at least half of my thigh on my chair. If your foot doesn't easily reach the floor, you should have a block underneath it. And the back leg for most everybody is pretty bent. Even for me to straighten, it throws those SI joints out a little bit. So I'm just going to hang out right here. And then inhale, reach the arms up and breathe. Press into both feet and feel how that energizes the hips and the glutes. If you have a chair with arms, you're going to come off your chair and just do a nice little lunge there. Good. When you're ready, your left hand goes to your right knee and you twist again. Back arm goes to your chair. Breathe, keep pressing into both feet. So don't let the chair throw you off your alignment, off your balance. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, your hands down to your knee. We're going to change the position of your back leg into a warrior pose, right? So all I did was, you got to be pretty much at the edge of your chair, right? So turn that foot to the side. Make sure your front leg alignment is even. Try to press through the back leg, but watch the ankle here, and then take the arms out. Oh yeah, just breathe here. This should feel pretty nice. Again, chair sizes, right? One chair does not fit everybody. If your butt's killing you right now, maybe you have a blanket under there just for a little more cushion, but press into your front foot. And feel how that just made that a whole lot more energized. And then take your front forearm to your front thigh, reach it over, reach through the back leg best you can. If it hurts anything, just bend the knee so that it releases some. And breathe. Good. Reverse warrior. Let's just take it up and back. Nice big stretch, everybody. And release. So coming out, you're going to swivel your hips, come back to center, keep the legs wide, and then lean forward, hands come to the floor, just shaking it out a little bit before we change sides. Good. Feel the sit bones drawing back, but also feel the belly tone in so that we're not just dumping into the low back. Good. Hands to knees. Come on up. Switch to the other side. So we're going to start in that lunge, right? We're going to take the back leg back. And if you haven't figured it out, I have one leg on my chair and one leg off the chair, right? So that that back leg can move easily. Check your front leg alignment, press through your back leg as well, lift up and breathe. Now, if for any reason your chair feels a little unsteady or your weight does, just keep one hand at the back of your chair. No big deal. That's it. Nice big stretch, everybody. And then switch to warrior two. Open up that back side. Take the arms out. Look over the front leg. Woo! And feel that big opening, right? Big old hip opening. Chances are you're deeper with the chair than you would be normally. All right, front forearm to front thigh. Reach over. Oh, how's that feel? Big, long bodies here, big, long stretches. And let's reverse it. Take it back. Whoo, open it up. I know. Whoo. And release it. Come out carefully. Come back to a wide leg. I know that's the hardest part is those transitions. And come on down again. Getting all the legs stretched out, getting it all warmed up. Good, come on up. All right, so bring the feet back into your neutral. You're gonna leave your left foot where it is, and you're gonna take your right foot out to the side. What I want you to think about is gate pose. So you're just gonna stretch that right leg for you all. Remember, I'm mirroring out to the side. Now you decide what to do with that foot ankle. Gate pose is taught either with that foot straight ahead or turn to the side. Maybe you do that a couple times and go, oh, which way feels better for me? I'm not sure. Does it feel better on the chair than it would on the street or on the street? Out on the street, right? Out, down on the floor. Check your other leg. Make sure it is where it should be. Here's the caveat here. If that foot is straight, watch this knee. Don't put a lot of pressure on that knee. All right, inhale, take it up. As you exhale, slide your right arm down that leg. Make sure it's a little cage here, a little butterfly, so that's not where the weight is going. That's it. Breathe, stretch it out. Yep. Good. Inhale, both arms. Take your left arm down your chair. Stretch the other way. Oh, that is so good. At least it is for me. It just feels like such a good stretch. All right, inhale up. Exhale the hands down. Slide that leg in. Whoo, and go to the other side. Remember that that standing leg is going to be nice and aligned. Make sure that chair is such that it's not digging into muscle or tendons. I just slid over more to the center of my chair on this side. Try to ground that long leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slide your left arm down your leg. So you may notice I'm always taking that kind of caging my fingers because I don't want to rely on that hand for weight, right? So squeeze through the belly, find your stretch. And then inhale, reach up, slide the other way. Here we go. Breathe, everybody. Keep reaching through that strong, long leg. That's it. Find your pose. And inhale up. Exhale, let go, and bring that leg back up. Woo! Good. Last one here, and then we're getting up off our butts. I know these chairs are starting to get a little hard. All right, so hands to your heart. Lift up, 2, 3. Think of marching in place. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Take them wide. We already did this. Come on up to standing. And we're going to change. I'm going to change the orientation of my chair. I want you to just take your chair to the top of your mat. Make sure all 4 legs of your chair are on your yoga mat. Okay, not half on, half off. And I'll just give a quick little. So for me, the challenge of chair work, especially if I can't see you, is to make sure that you're pressing down on your chair, not pushing away. Because if you push away enough, your chair can come out from under you or tip. So no matter what we're doing, we're going to do some sun salutations. I want you to make sure that chair is solid on your mat, all 4 legs, and that you press down, not push out. All right. So then stand in front of your mat and think mountain pose, right? Simple, simple. Think mountain pose. Your hands are at your sides, your shoulders are open, the belly is toned, the legs are active. Good. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your chair. So you might want to step back just a little bit so the ankles and the hips line up, and think of your forward fold. So I'm going to bend my elbows. My head's going to come to the chair. Press into the chair, lift halfway up. Exhale it back down. And then for me, I have to step forward with my left leg to step back with my right leg. So with the chair, you might have to change your footing every so often just to make it work for you. Your hands are on the chair. I'm pressing down. I'm not pressing out. The shoulders open up. Squeeze through your belly, everybody. Check your alignment. Squeeze your inner thighs. You know all of this already. And 1, you're going to stay here. 2, your hands go to your knee. 3, you lift up and come into your high lunge. Big deep breath, everyone. How's this feeling for you? As you exhale, hands come back to the floor, press down into the chair, step back, downward facing dog. Move your feet accordingly, right? You might have to step up, you might have to step back. Try to broaden the shoulders. I have my pinky fingers wrapped around the edges of my chair. You won't go as wide with your hands as you normally would, but that's all right, right? Something new. Good, come to plank. Now in plank, push through your heels. Open up your shoulders. Draw the belly in toward the spine, right? Because it's easy to sag here. So fire up the legs, everybody. Fire, fire, fire. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Press back. Feel that nice stretch in the torso. Look toward your chair. Step forward, right leg. You're not going to want to step all the way up to your chair. So just make your left leg step back a little bit. Here we are, high lunge. Hands either stay on the chair or go up. Big deep breath, everybody. As you release, hands come to the chair, step forward. Find your forward fold. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, we're gonna build on that. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down to your chair. Bow your head to your chair. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale it down. Soften the knees, step back with your left leg. Hands stay on the chair, tone that belly. Walk your hands optionally to your knee. Press up, lift up. It's called high lunge or crescent pose. Big deep breath, everybody. Exhale, hands come back to your chair. Just going to scoot a little bit closer to my chair. If you're back, maybe scoot more forward. Take your left arm to your chair and raise the right arm up. So a little bit of a twist here. Big deep breath. Exhale, both hands to the floor, press into your chair. Step back, downward facing dog. To plank. We're going to go just a little bit quicker now that you got the hang of it. Big deep breath, plank, holding plank, right? Getting a whole bunch of strength here. Downward facing dog. Left leg steps forward. Adjust your feet accordingly. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, reach up. Find your breath. You got this, everybody. Right arm goes to the chair, left arm goes up. Nice, easy twist. Exhale, both hands to your chair. If your front foot's close to the chair, maybe step it back just a little bit. Step forward, right foot. Bow down to that chair and inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. By the way, if you're hating this chair, just set it aside and do your sun salutes on your mat. It's okay. Step back, right leg. We're going to build. Breathe, open up your shoulders, squeeze your belly. Inhale, take it up. Find your pose, everyone. Exhale, right arm to chair, left arm reaches up. Use your breath. Exhale, both hands to your chair, straighten your front leg. Drop your back heel if you would like, pyramid pose. Maybe you take your hands toward the back of your chair just to lengthen out the torso. Make sure you're pressing the left hip back. Press into that front foot. Don't let the inner ankle drop. Oh, does that feel good or what? Ah, good. Walk those hands back closer to you. Press the chest up as you bend the front knee. Step back, downward facing dog. To plank. Big deep breath. Hold, open up that chest as much as you can, given that your hands are closer probably than you're used to. Press through the back heels. Tone through the lower belly. Reach back. Look forward, step forward, right leg. Breathe, step forward, left leg. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Good, other side, reach it up. Exhale it down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale it down again. Step back with your left leg, adjust your feet. Remember to stay wide enough. And when you're ready, inhale, take it up. I love sun salutes on a chair. It's just easy to flow, right? Good. Exhale, hands come back down. I got a little too far away. Your left arm drops to the chair and the right arm goes up. Find your breath, everybody. You don't have to go this fast. If it's too fast for you, slow it down. You'll catch up. Good. Release both hands to your chair. Press the chest up as you straighten your front leg. Pyramid pose. Watch the front knee. Make sure it's not hyperextending, but press through the back leg and level out your hips. Maybe take the hands toward the back edge of your chair, dropping your chest. Find your breath, everybody. What's happening with those feet? What's happening with the legs? Can you breathe here? Walk those hands closer to you. Bend your front knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Plank pose. Breathe, squeeze those legs, squeeze the glutes, open up your shoulders. Back to down dog. Left foot forward. Right foot forward. Bow down toward the chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, shake them out. How's it going? We're adding on. Woo! So, right, these nice little flows, these vinyasas, sometimes if we're on the floor, can be really challenging. Leg forward, leg back, all that stuff. But with the chair, with that a little extra height, can really make a difference. So have fun with this, play with this, right? Just see how it feels for you. Everybody good? All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale down to the chair. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale it down. Soften the knees, step back, right leg. Adjust your footing. Everything else is the same for now. Squeeze the inner thighs, tone the belly. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find your breath. Good. Take those hands to the floor. Your right forearm goes down. Your left forearm or left arm goes up. Keep the legs energized. Don't let the knees go all funky on you, right? Keep it moving. Big deep breath. Both hands to the chair. Press out, pyramid pose, legs straight, maybe stretch the arms forward. See how that feels for you. You got it, everybody. And then walk those hands closer to you, listen up. So from here, your right hand goes a little more toward the center of your chair and the left arm goes up. So breathe, right? Reverse pyramid or reverse triangle. Breathe, keep the hips somewhat level. Press through the big toe mound of your front foot. And release. Whew. Plant those hands down, not forward. Step back, down dog. Breathe, plank pose. You got it. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Breathe, everybody. Step forward, left leg. Bend both knees. Inhale, take it up. Let's go right back down again. Are we getting nice and warm? Bow down toward the chair. Press up halfway. Release down, forward fold. Step back, left leg. You can always use your chair to sit one round out, right? So don't worry if you feel like you just need to hang for a second. All right, tone that belly, everybody. Lift up, take it up. Use this chair for its intended purpose. Breathe. Exhale, hands come down. Your left arm goes to the chair. Your right arm goes up to the ceiling. Woo. Breathe. Nice little twist here. Good. Exhale. Both hands come to the chair. Push down into that chair as you straighten your front leg. Remember, you can walk those hands to the back edge of your chair if you want a little bit more stretch, a little bit more opening. Good. Walk those hands closer to you. Your left hand goes toward the center of your chair. The right arm goes up. Ooh, reverse triangle. This is a good one. This is a super tough one on the floor. Big deep breath. Scissor those thighs together. Good. Release. Hands to the chair. Step back. Down dog. Make this work. Plank pose. Listen up. Drop one knee. Just tap. And up. Tap the other. And up. Good. Tap one. Tap the other. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Step forward with your left leg. Step forward right. Head toward chair. Press all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Whoo. Shake it out. I could go on forever with that. It's just so fun to just like add on, add on, add on. But at some point, my brain's going to forget what we did last. So that's good for now. Just shake it out, everybody. Good. Roll your wrists. And so you realize, right, even if you're at work, get up, grab your chair, do a couple quick sun salutes, and sit back down, and you're energized and ready to go. All right, so come back to your chair and maybe change the hand position. So we've been doing kind of flat hands, but maybe this time let the fingers wrap around the edges of your chair if you can. And if not, just go flat. And then walk your feet back so that you're more of an L position, okay? The shoulders roll back. Your chest is open. Plant your left foot and raise your right foot straight back. I changed my mind on the hand position, so maybe go more flat. It's going to make more sense. Good. So press that heel back as if you're pushing your foot against the wall. Tone the belly, and you're gazing down at your seat of your chair. Breathe. Think warrior 3. So from here, take your right hand and plant it on your chair. And take your left hand to the back of your chair if you can reach it. If not, don't worry about it. You can take it even toward the seat. Good. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands to your chair and release your leg. Shake it out. Good. Other side. Plant that right foot, stretch the left leg, level out your hips, squeezing through your belly. Try to make sure you're at the center of your foot. Like if you're leaning forward, your heel will almost lift, or vice versa. If you're too heavy in your heel, your toes will almost lift. I want you smack in the middle of that foot, and then tone up, and then pretend someone's pulling your leg, right? It's really pulling that leg and trying to keep it strong. Your left hand to the chair, your right arm reaches to the top edge of your chair if it'll reach. Breathe. Find your pose. Release your hand. Release your leg. Woo. And just pause. Nice little forward fold here. Good. Bend your knees and come on up. Shake it out. Careful here. This may not work for some. If it doesn't, go to a regular lunge. All I want you to do is take your left foot and set it on your chair. Careful that it could be slippery, okay? Bring your hands to your chair. Step back a little bit. So this is like a super duper high lunge. I just made that name up. Take your hands to your knee. Lift up. Find your balance. Squeeze the inner thighs. Take the arms up. You got it. Push strongly through your back leg. This is much deeper than your normal lunge. If this is too much, just put your foot on the floor. It's perfectly all right. Big deep breath. Release. Hands down. Step back. And step forward, other leg. Make sure you feel sturdy. Hop your back leg back a little bit. Front knee bends. You can always keep your hands on your chair or bring them up and bring them up. Whoo, is that a heck of a stretch? Breathe, everybody. And exhale. Step off your chair. Whoop. Step back to downward facing dog. Use your breath. Step forward with your right foot, but not all the way to your chair, about 2/3 of the way. And then turn. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Switch feet because I want to be facing the camera for the first one. Bend your front knee and then turn all your toes to the left. Okay, so your front foot is pointing straight off your mat. Your right hand center of your mat. Turn yourself to the side and lift up. We do this one again on the floor all the time. It is half of a side plank. So just breathe, press through your back leg. I'm on the ball or the pinky edge of my back foot. I'm reaching the hips away from the floor, finding that good energy. Good, release. We're gonna do the other side. So turn back to your chair, turn all your toes, and then step back, downward facing dog. Good, now switch sides. Right foot forward, but not as far forward as you're used to. Your left hand more to the center of your mat. Turn all your toes and lift up. Breathe, you got it. With that hand toward the center of your mat, you know the chair's not gonna wobble one way or the other, so just keeps it a little bit more grounded, a little bit more centered. And release. Hands to your chair, turn all your toes, step back, down dog. Come to plank. 1, you're here. 2, you're gonna do what we just did, which is left foot forward turn, right? Half plank. Or 3, right hand center, both feet turn, side plank. Breathe. Press strongly into that hand. Make sure you're not pushing the chair away from you. And hand to the floor or hand to the chair. Left hand toward the center of your chair. Turn your toes the other way. Lift up. Find your breath. And release. Woo. Good, down dog, everybody. And then walk up toward your chair and just have a seat. Shake it out, everybody. Ooh, shake out your wrists, roll out your shoulders. All right, we're gonna do one balance pose before we come back to the floor. So just shake out what you gotta shake out. Everything's good. And when you're ready, press up and stand up. Good, you can leave your chair where it is. So you're gonna stand to the side of your chair. We're gonna do this a couple different ways. May or may not wanna be near a wall space, right? Little balance work. So we're gonna take our foot closest to the chair, on the chair, and then turn the foot out. I want you to think a tree pose, okay? This is what we're doing. So far, so easy, and this might be right where you stay. Hands come to heart, and then hands go out. If you wanna try a little bit of a challenge, you're gonna be here. Remember, no sassy hip, right? Squeeze that hip in. Make sure you've got a straight up line. If you want to try a little bit more, you're going to lift that foot off your chair, woo, and bring it to your leg. I made that look so easy. Breathe. And then you're going to lift and put it back. Just the lifting, right, whew, is work. Keep the standing hip squeezed in. One more time. See if you can get the heel off. Maybe you get the foot off. Maybe you bring it in. Doesn't have to be perfect wherever it is. Squeeze. And then up, tap, and down. Good. I'm going to turn my chair around because I don't have any space behind me, but maybe you just turn around. Make sure you feel steady. Take that closest foot up on the chair and then turn it out to the side. And remember with tree pose, right? We're not turning that foot so much that our hips get skewed. The hips are still straight on. Hands to heart. If you want foot on chair and you take the arms up, perfect. All right, so heel off, toes off. Squeeze in that outer hip. No sassy hips here, girls and guys. Breathe. And when you're ready, see if you can lift, bring it back toward the chair and tap down. Got one more here. Squeeze in the standing leg. Lift your heel, lift your toes. See if you can get it over to your leg. And then lift and down. Good. And release, shake it out. I'm going to turn my chair to face the camera. Grab one block. Place it between your thighs. Your feet are straight forward. And just give that block a good squeeze. Just feel that. Just a nice little squeeze here. All right, choices. Again, I know a couple of my folks out there just have some knee stuff. You might not want to go here. If you don't, I would just like kind of pretend to lift or partially lift. But we're going to come up to chair pose. And this block is going to help us keep the legs stable. So you're toward the edge of your chair. Your hands come to your heart space. And I just want you to lean forward and see if you can lift. And then take the arms up. Whoo, nice squeeze of your block. Straighten the legs. Chair pose. Remember, your chair didn't move. Sit back. It's scary, isn't it? It's like, I know it's still there, but did something else happen I'm not aware of? All right, here we go. Hands to heart. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your block. Lift part way. Watch the knees. Arms up. Breathe. Hands back. Sit back. Good. Last one here. Lean forward, lift. And I forgot to straighten the legs last time, but we're going to do that this time. Good. Arms up, belly's in. Straighten the legs. Bend the legs. Sit back and let go. It is really funny how the brain is like, okay, nothing has changed, but all right, let's take the right leg straight out. If your chair is getting really hard on your butt, take a moment and just grab your blanket to sit on. We're not going to be here too long. Good. Nice hinge from your hips. Lean forward. Find the spot that doesn't feel like it's digging into your hammies and take the legs forward. Your hands can be on your legs. They can be on your blocks, or they can be on the floor. Deep breath. That's it. And come up. Switch sides. Breathe. Far as low as you want to go or as high as you want to go, right? How's it feel in your body? Breathe. And come up. All right, last one here. I wasn't going to do this one, but I decided to do it. So you're going to want a blanket or something. So if you don't have a blanket or something, a nice thick towel, go grab it, because, or if you have a cushy chair, you don't need it. So you're going to take your blanket and set it on your chair. Now, I'm going to trust you all to do what feels safe and comfortable for you, because this is kind of new. I like it, but it's not for everybody. So you're on this chair and you're going to turn onto your side hip. Your block is in front of you and you're going to roll to your side. Okay. If you don't need your block, your hand goes to the floor. Your bottom knee is bent. You're leaning against toward the back of your chair. For my at least one person with arms, just lay on your side. You're going to bend your back leg, right? And then you're going to reach back behind your chair to see if you can get your leg. That's it. So you're opening up your front hip. Yeah, you feel that? It's really sweet. Opening it up, stretching that front thigh, that front psoas muscle. Use your breath. Good. And then release. Your hand goes to your chair, push up and come to center. So some people are like, what? You want me to do what? So we're going to go to the other side. You're just going to lean over, hand to floor or block. Your bottom leg is somewhat bent. So I kind of snuggle back into my chair. It just keeps it safe. And then draw your back leg back, reach back for it. Maybe you can find it behind your chair and open up and breathe. Right. So as you're holding that back foot or the back of the chair, even, right, you can get that thigh open. This is a great stretch for my runners out there. Open up chest and release. There's a lot of play here, but I won't go there. Oh, come on up. That'll be another class when I can actually see you all. We keep it a little more chilled. All right, so grab your chair. If it's not at the front of your mat, if it is, just leave it there. And then we're going to come down to the actual floor. Come down to your backs. We're not going legs up just yet. So hang in there with me. Go ahead and put your heels on your chair and press your shoulders to the floor. Now I have my heels on my blanket. You might want them right on your chair. You're going to press your hands down to the floor, and I just want you to dig into your heels to lift up. If your blanket starts to slip slide, then take it off and then press back down to the floor. Make sure your chin isn't tucking and you're not doing something funky with your shoulders. For some of you, maybe palms up is good to keep the shoulders back. Lift up and lower. Good, lift up. Variation here of shoulder stand. Shoulder stand we don't do in class normally, but this one is pretty safe, right? Pretty accessible for most. Press up. Feel your legs, everybody. Good, press up. Lower down, good, 3 more. Press it up, lower down. 2, whoo, and down. Last one, push, see if you can hold. There should be minimal pressure. It should feel more like a bridge pose than anything. Press into your heels. Those hamstrings are working, the legs are working, the hips are working. And lower down, everybody. Oh, yeah. Good. And then walk yourself a little bit closer to your chair. If you have the ability to flip your toes under the back of the chair so that your feet aren't crampy, go ahead and do that. And if not, then keep your feet in front of your chair back. Now, listen up. I want you to push the whole lower legs into the chair and just lift the hips part way up. So I can get my hands underneath my hips. Press your forearms or your upper arms into your chair. Think bridge pose, another variation. Press down. I want you to pulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Good job, everybody. Keep those legs where they are. Hands go behind your head. Tone the belly down to the floor and let's crunch up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Take your feet out from behind the chair. Good. We're going to do opposite elbow to knee and then press above the chair. Okay. So bring elbow to knee and straighten the leg up. Press in. 3, squeeze. 4, 5. We got to get a little core in there. 6 and 7 8, you got it. 9, last one. 10, release. Other side. Now, with the leg, the heel that's on the chair, I'm digging in. So that keeps that opposite leg active, just so you know. All right, elbow to knee. Here we go. In, press out. 2, 3, 4. Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job, everybody. Arms out. Bring your feet toward the edge of your chair. You're going to lower your left leg to the floor, but your right leg is going to stay more on the chair. It's a weird little twist. If it doesn't feel good, just come into a normal twist, okay? Because again, one chair doesn't fit all, so this might not feel good for you. And breathe. See if you can relax. And then nice tone to the belly, press those feet back up, put both feet back on, and go to the other side, taking one leg off and leaving the other one on. Just breathe, everybody. And release out of that. Good, I'm just gonna fix my blanket that slipped. So, all right, final pose is legs up the chair as opposed to legs up the wall. Several options here, but the biggest one is if the backs of your knees aren't resting on your chair, then your hips won't be able to relax. So if I was away from my chair and I have this space, so to the best that you're able, see if you can get the backs of your knees to your chair seat. For some of you, because the chair is too high, you might actually need a blanket or a pillow or something under the hips to raise the hips up a little bit. Okay. So consider that. Now, if you don't have the ability to have your feet behind the chair or at least free, then just take them to the top of your chair, which also works as a variation of legs up the wall. And then find yourself as comfortable as you can so that the legs, the hips, nothing is working. This is our Shavasana. The arms go down at your sides, the palms ideally face up, but maybe they're resting on your belly instead. And really let the legs go, like don't hold any pressure there at all. This is a very restorative pose. This is wonderful for back pain, back issues. And we just find our breath. So start to soften where you can. Maybe the backs of the eyes. Maybe the jaw muscles or the throat. Maybe the chest or the belly. Feel as if you have a weighted blanket on top of you that is gently pressing you toward the floor, but ever so softly. Try not to hold on to any thoughts that are passing through. Just let them go. Let this pose nourish your body. Allow yourself to get even softer. So if you are loving this pose and want to stay longer, stay. Let this be your way to nourish and love yourself. And if you are ready to come on out, start to wiggle your toes. Maybe take your feet out from the back of your chair and start to draw your knees closer to your chest. Allow those knees to roll to one side or the other. And then slowly, carefully, as that chair is probably in your way, press all the way up. Bring your hands to your hearts. Bow to your own inner wisdom and grace and compassion. Let us spread that out into the world. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.